Hey guys, Ivan here with another video, and we got some breaking news. Mike Sommerfeld made the weight, I guess. Well, he is in the show, but did he make the weight? That seems to be unclear. However, he is in. Officially, he made the weight. As per this page, who is the best bodybuilder. But as far as the live stream, what the hell happened, guys? I thought they were gonna actually let us see if these guys actually have the right height and weight. However, they didn't let us see anything. They did not want us to see what exactly are they doing behind there. It was normal before, they would actually live stream the weightings, the height-ins, but this year, even though there was so much talk about this, about whether these guys are actually making the weight, whether they are within the actual height and weight limits of the category, we do not get to see anything. We have no idea what is Mike's actual height and weight. And for things to be even more crazy, athletes also don't know what the other athletes are measured at. Nobody knows anything. Everything has been done behind closed curtains. We have no idea what the truth is. But apparently Mike Sommerfeld made the weight and he is in. We'll see him in the classic physique, Mr. Olympia. Based on this Instagram page here, he literally stormed off after needing several measurements and left the interviewers hanging. So he needed to be measured multiple times. What does this mean? Well, it can mean a couple of things. For example, that his weight was not where it needed to be. So he removed some clothes, maybe did some cardio in the meantime to lose the weight, which I don't think is the case. He probably made a weight, he made sure of that, but his height was not where it needed to be. So they probably measured his height multiple times to actually get the right height, and then they let him compete, they let him go in. Because if they didn't let him in, they would lose a great competitor, the Mr. Olympia. He is going to win now that he made the weight. Was it fair that they let him in? You guys tell me. I mean, this is just my best guess. What else could it mean? The guy who admitted multiple times that he's actually 170 centimeters and making the weight for a person who is 175, 5 centimeters above his actual height, and they actually made that weight. He was 212 pounds. That's what they were preparing for. Neil Hill said that. They prepared for this weight for 6 months because he was previously already measured at 5'9" or 175, which is obviously not his real height, but somehow he got it done. And that's the weight he was preparing for, 212 pounds. He came to this show, he was 212 pounds, but his height was not 5'9". So they had a couple of options. One would be to actually show to the world that he is not 5'9" and to give him that height by including his hair, maybe letting him climb up on his toes a little bit, something like that. And the other option would be to just hide the measurements from everybody, and they chose to do that, which makes a lot more sense. Now, a positive argument could be that they wanted to hide this guy's privacy because they don't need public to see what exactly they are measured at. But why hide it from the other athletes? I'm wondering. I mean, I'm not really wondering. It's pretty freaking obvious to everybody. Mike does not have the classic physique weight, and it's obvious. It's visible. When you look at this guy, you don't see a classic physique, you see a freaking bodybuilder. And now we know. And now they're hiding it from us. It's clear. This is not fair. The show is rigged. Mike Sommerfeld does not have the weight for classic physique, yet he's still allowed to compete. I mean, I don't know what else to say, guys. This is just scandalous. There is no chance that Mike was actually 5'9" realistically, without the hair, without him climbing up on his toes. No way, no chance. I mean, I understand the Mr. Olympia. They don't want to miss out on having this guy competing. He is the best, but he's not classic. He doesn't have the classic weight. So maybe the other thing they could do is just to increase the weight cap, maybe for the next year. That's a solution. But hiding the measurements from the public and from the other athletes, that's not a solution. This is just showing to the world that the measurements are rigged, that they're not fair towards every competitor, that certain competitors have an advantage over the others. So if Mike Sommerfeld wins, he's gonna win with an asterisk. Is he really gonna be considered the Mr. Olympia, the classic physique Mr. Olympia, if he wins? Now that we know that he can't make the weight, that he's not really classic? It's pointless at this point. Yeah, he's gonna win for sure. Of course he's gonna win. Samson would win if he entered this show, if he competed in classic. Let's measure Samson at 7 foot and let him compete in classic physique as well. I mean, come on, what the hell are these guys doing here? Now, as far as the other competitors, Rough Diesel also made the weight, Josema too. I have no doubts about these guys. They are looking classic. It's obvious that they are not above the weight cap. Ramon Dino made it to his usual height, 181. Sometimes he is 180.5, but it's close. That's his height realistically, and 101 kg. So yeah, he made the weight. I mean, Ramon's weight and height are also questionable. We haven't really seen this as well, so we can't be sure even about Ramon. But yeah, I can see Ramon. Ramon looks like he's classic for sure. I believe that Ramon made the weight. Maybe they gave him a centimeter or two, maybe. That's okay, a little bit, but as far as Mike, 5 centimeters is way too much. This one is crazy. Keon made the weight at 211.9, just under the limit, which is obviously way heavier than last year, guys. Last year, he was actually 201. 201. Keon Pearson is 10 freaking pounds heavier this year. And I would say in better conditioning as well. I mean, okay, we'll see if his conditioning is actually better, but it looks good. It looks very, very good. I think he's going to be in really good shape with 10 pounds more. Man, if he's growing that fast, that pretty much means that we'll see him at the Mr. Olympia Open next year and that he'll be heavier at the Prague Pro because he made weight. He was 220 like a week ago. So he made a weight, he's good, he's doing the 212, but at the Prague Pro, he'll probably be at around 215, and then at the next year, Open Olympia, he'll be like 230, approximately like Derek Lunsford, and he's going to win the Mr. Olympia, probably, very, very likely. Now back to Mike Sommerfeld. While I was making this video, he actually left a comment under that post, and he says, "We measured once. And I came back for the interview after I had some water. Please stop the negative fake news here." However, here is a video after his measurements when they ask him to do the interview, and he clearly refuses. I am assuming he explained that he's too tired, too thirsty, too hungry, whatever, and he just walked away. I don't see him doing an interview. Maybe it's an interview with somebody else, and we'll see, but that's besides the point, really. I don't care about whether he did an interview, whether they measured him once or 5 times. Doesn't really matter. What matters is they hid it away from the public. Yeah, sure, they'll say they hid it from the public because they want to protect the athlete's privacy, but why not measure everybody in the same room and let everybody else see that everybody is treated the same way fairly? Why? The answer is freaking clear. Because not everybody is treated the same fairly. They're letting certain guys go and compete even though they obviously are way too big for classic and they never made weight and they're not making the weight today. Mike Sommerfeld is way too big for the classic. He needs to go to the 212 or the Open, not in classic. He's too big. He's not making the weight. He's well above his weight cap. Come on, people. What the hell are you doing here? I mean, Mike is a great freaking athlete, a great bodybuilder. They're doing themselves a disservice by actually allowing this guy to compete in classic. Yeah, they're also doing the damage to classic because classic physique is no longer classic physique. It's basically bodybuilding. Guys who are just a little bit more aesthetic without a weight cap, really, realistically. Had a Mr. Olympia, there are basically no weight caps. For us, like for the public, as far as we are concerned, there are no weight caps. If they were, they would let us see how these guys are measured. They're hiding it away, so obviously there are no weight caps. If Mike had to do the Open, he would be a great Open bodybuilder or a 212 bodybuilder, but he can't make the classic physique weight. And why they're doing this, why are they letting him compete here, I have no idea. Maybe Neil Hill actually had an effect to those guys because they were preparing for this weight, for this height, and yeah, it is what it is. Mike will compete, but if he wins, he'll always have that asterisk that he didn't make the weight, that he's not actually classic. So is this really a win situation for him? Well, this year, I mean, it's too late to switch the division, but next year, hopefully, he'll either make the weight for Classic, his actual weight, or he'll move to a bigger division, to 212 or the Open. But as for this year, they allowed him to compete, even though he obviously couldn't have made the weight. You guys tell me down below in the comment section whatever you think, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel for more updates like this. All the best, guys, and bye-bye.